History shows that when an aircraft is built on a flexible, adaptable design, it can remain relevant for decades. Few fighters proved this better than the F-15EX Eagle II, Boeing's latest evolution of the legendary Eagle. Far from a relic, it's being hailed as a digital pathfinder for America's future air dominance. But is the Eagle II the final chapter of a long story, or proof that older platforms can be reborn to rival modern stealth and unmanned systems? To find out, we need to revisit the Eagle's origins, from Vietnam to the birth of the Eagle. By the early 1970s, the US Air Force faced a sobering reality. Its faith in the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II, then the pride of American air power, was faltering. Though powerful, the Phantom was too heavy, too reliant on missiles, and not agile enough to dominate the swirling close-range dogfights over Vietnam. The reliance on missile technology, coupled with restrictive rules of engagement, revealed the Phantom's limits. Ironically, despite America's technological superiority, its pilots were taking losses at an alarming rate. A course correction was necessary. The Air Force concluded that what it needed was a pure air superiority fighter, a jet that didn't try to be a bomber, interceptor, or jack of all trades, but one that existed for a single purpose: winning air battles. Thus was born the FX program, which attracted proposals from Fairchild Republic, North American Rockwell, and McDonnell Douglas. NASA was also enlisted to contribute aerodynamic expertise and testing support. Remarkably, the FX program skipped most of the traditional prototype stages and leapt straight into full-scale development. This bold decision saved both time and risked cancellation delays. In July 1972, the first F-15 Eagle roared into the skies, and by 1973, the two-seat F-15B was already showing promise. A fighter without compromise. The Eagle was a fighter with no compromises. It wasn't built to drop bombs or fly from carriers. It was born to hunt and destroy enemy aircraft. With a blistering Mach 2.5 top speed, enormous thrust, and unmatched agility, it redefined what it meant to dominate the skies. One of its revolutionary features was the ANAPG-63 radar, capable of detecting enemy aircraft at ranges of up to 200 miles, even at low altitudes. More importantly, it was the first radar to include a programmable processor, which meant it could receive software upgrades without replacing hardware. This concept, now standard in modern military aircraft, set the precedent later embraced by fifth-generation fighters like the F-35 Lightning II, which is constantly updated through software to enhance battlefield performance. The F-15 also stunned with its range and endurance. Outfitted with 3 external fuel tanks, it could travel over 2,000 miles without refueling, and thanks to its ability to cruise near Mach 1 without afterburners, the Eagle could rapidly reach conflict zones and impose air superiority before battles spilled onto the ground. Perhaps the most telling statistic of all, in its 50-plus years of service, the F-15 has recorded 104 confirmed air-to-air kills without a single loss in combat. This flawless record cemented its reputation as one of history's most successful fighter aircraft. A dilemma in the 2010s, and fast forward to the 2010s, and the US Air Force faced a new challenge. Production of the F-22 Raptor, America's first stealth air superiority fighter, had been halted in 2011 after only 187 units were built. Meanwhile, the F-35 program, intended to be the multi-role workhorse of the future, was mired in delays, technical issues, and ballooning costs. At the same time, adversaries were rising. China was expanding its fleet with advanced fighters, Russia was pushing the Su-35 on global markets, and conflicts in Europe and the Middle East demanded reliable, versatile aircraft. The Air Force realized it needed something affordable, combat-ready, and less dependent on stealth for every mission. This opened the door for Boeing, which had been developing an advanced export version of the F-15 for Qatar, called the F-15 Qatari Advanced. This variant featured cutting-edge avionics, new engines, advanced flight control systems, and most critically, an open mission systems architecture, allowing easy integration of future upgrades. The F-15QA became the foundation for America's next-generation Eagle, the F-15EX Eagle II. The Eagle II takes flight. The F-15X isn't just an upgrade, it's a reinvention. Structurally stronger than its predecessors, it's powered by twin GE F110-GE-129 engines, each generating nearly 29,500 pounds of thrust, paired with digital fly-by-wire controls for unmatched precision. The result? Greater agility and stability, even under extreme loads or asymmetric weapon configurations. Its redesign doubled service life life to 20,000 flight hours and expanded payload capacity from 15,500 to an incredible 29,500 pounds across 23 hardpoints. That means the Eagle II can carry up to 22 air-to-air missiles, more than any US fighter. With conformal fuel tanks and extended racks, it can deploy an array of weapons: GBU-39 small-diameter bombs, AIM-120 advanced medium-range air-to-air missile, AIM-9 sidewinders, AGM-88 anti-radar missiles, and even experimental hypersonics like the AGM-183A air-launched rapid response weapon and hypersonic attack cruise missile. These massive 20-foot, 7,000-pound weapons are too large for stealth fighters like the F-35, but the Eagle II carries them with ease. Brains behind the brawn. What the F-15X may lack in stealth compared to the F-22 or F-35, it compensates with its advanced electronics and defensive systems. At its heart is the ANAPG-82 V1 radar, a fusion of active electronically scanned array antenna technology and next-generation processors enabling simultaneous radar and electronic warfare functions. Integrated with the AN/ALQ-250 Eagle passive active warning survivability system, the F-15EX can detect, classify, and jam enemy radars in real time. Boeing describes it as capable of learning and adapting to adversary signals on the fly. Supporting this is the Legion Pod infrared search and track system, which allows the Eagle II to passively detect stealthy aircraft invisible to radar. Pilots are further equipped with the digital joint helmet-mounted cueing system, enabling them to target enemies with a mere turn of the head. Equally important, the open architecture allows the Eagle II to integrate not just future upgrades, but also legacy targeting pods like Sniper XR or low-altitude navigation and targeting infrared for night for ground attack missions, ensuring backward compatibility and mission flexibility. Numbers, budgets, and politics. The Air Force's commitment to the F-15X has fluctuated. Initial plans in 2021 suggested acquiring 144 aircraft, later revised downward to 104. However, in 2026, Congress approved an additional $3 billion for 21 more jets, bringing the total to 129 aircraft. Notably, the Michigan Air National Guard, retiring its A-10 Warthogs, has been designated to receive new Eagle IIs. This decision underscores the fighter's role not just as a frontline asset, but also as a reliable, affordable bridge platform, while the Air Force develops 6th-generation next-generation air dominance aircraft. The Eagle's new role. The Air Force's most practical vision for the F-15EX is not as a stealth infiltrator, but as a high-capacity arsenal plane. Stealth fighters like the F-22 and F-35 are forced to carry weapons internally, limiting payload. The F-15X, on the other hand, can fly alongside them, loaded to the teeth with missiles and bombs, acting as a missile truck. Stealth jets identify targets deep inside enemy defenses, then pass data back to the Eagle II, which launches massive volleys of munitions from standoff distances. This role becomes even more vital in the era of hypersonic weapons, which are too large for stealth fighters to carry, but perfectly suited to the F-15X's payload capacity. Will there be an Eagle III? So is this the last chapter in the Eagle's long legacy? Or could we see an Eagle III emerge by the 2050s? With rapid advances in AI-driven drones and 6th-generation fighters, many might assume the Eagle's days are numbered. Yet history suggests otherwise. The very adaptability of the F-15, its ability to absorb new avionics, weapons, and missions makes it uniquely resilient. While next-generation air dominance fighters will eventually take the lead, the F-15EX is likely to remain a vital partner well into the 2040s and beyond, particularly in missions requiring raw payload, endurance, and versatility. If you enjoyed diving into the story of the F-15EX Eagle II, don't forget to hit that like and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our next deep dive into the world of military aviation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next mission in the skies.